why Kyrie Irving is one of the most overrated players in the NBA. Might actually be the most overrated player of all time. I don't know. But I want to preface this by saying overrated does not mean he's not a good player. He's a great player. Just people think he's better than he actually is. His layups, they're beautiful. He has a great layup package. His handles, wow, beautiful. His efficiency, insane. But he's not as amazing of a player as everyone thinks. A lot of people were mad that he was snubbed off the NBA 75 list. They're saying he's better than players like Damian Lillard. A lot of people have said he's better than Steph for whatever reason because of that Game 7 shot, which was a great shot, but that one shot does not make him better than Steph. But let's get into it. So 2011, he is the first overall pick in the draft. And as the first overall pick of the entire NBA draft, of course, there's high expectations on you. So 2011, rookie year, no one really leads their teams to the playoffs. LeBron didn't, Trey didn't, Luka didn't. It just doesn't happen no matter how good you are, unless you're already on a stacked team. So yeah, 2011 doesn't make the playoffs. And from 2011 all the way until 2014, until LeBron comes back to Cleveland, he doesn't win more than 33 games and never takes his team to the playoffs. He's the number one option. He's a first overall pick. You'd expect him at least in the first 3 years to take his team to the playoffs once. Luka did it in his second year. And then Trae Young, who everyone claims to be overrated, has actually led his team to 2 playoff appearances in his first 4 years, including an ECF run with no other All-Stars, and that was in his third year. He led his team all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Kyrie couldn't even take his team to the playoffs, and everyone thinks Trae Young is overrated, so I don't understand how the Kyrie overrated chance didn't happen. So then the 2014 to 2015 season, they get LeBron, and they jump from 33 wins to 53 wins, including a finals appearance. 20 extra wins solely because of LeBron. Kyrie could never win more than 33 games. All of a sudden, they're in the finals. What is the new factor? It's LeBron. And then there's 2015 to 2016. They make it all the way to the finals. They actually come back down 3-1. And yes, he had a very, very clutch final shot. However, it's very blown out of proportion. People said he clutch factor, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it did ice the game. But even if he doesn't hit it, it's tied game. Also, everyone conveniently forgets that LeBron had the chase down block prior to this play. Kyrie did not save LeBron's legacy. A lot of LeBron haters try to say Kyrie saved his legacy. No, he didn't. It was a tied game. LeBron had a block before this that really changed the game. It was a 5-point swing if they don't score here, and then the 3, it's a 5-point swing right there. So no, Kyrie does not save LeBron's legacy. And then 2016-2017 season, right after the 3-1 comeback, the Warriors added KD. They make the finals. But Kyrie, after they lose in the finals, Kyrie gets mad. He's tired of playing the Robin role and he wants out. He wants to be the number one option again. So in 2017-2018 season, he's traded to the Celtics. And wow, there's all this hype. Kyrie Irving's on the Celtics. Oh, they're going to make a deep playoff run. And they actually delivered on the hype. But the funny part is, this is when Kyrie is hurt. Kyrie gets hurt, and those Celtics make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. And second year Tatum led them there. And Kyrie was on the bench for this. Tatum is what really led them there, and their great depth. Tatum actually ended up dunking on the King, and they took LeBron to 6. It was very impressive, but again, Kyrie was on the bench. Kyrie, as the best player, did not lead this team to the Eastern Conference Finals, did not lead this team to the playoffs. He was hurt. And then there's the 2018-2019 series. Kyrie's healthy, and the Celtics are fresh off an Eastern Conference run. So Eastern Conference Finals run. So there's a lot of expectations on the Celtics, right? Well, they make it to the playoffs, and they actually win a playoff series. Kyrie's first playoff series win without LeBron, and it's against the Pacers. Then they play the Bucks in the second round. After shooting 57 and 40 from the field in game 1, and they win the game, Kyrie goes on to shoot 29% from the field and 18% from 3 on his way to a gentleman's sweep. They don't win another game after that. So yeah, they lose in 5. Kyrie is the number 1, the Batman role he always wanted, not the Robin, not the sidekick. He's the number 1 option, and they lose in 5, and he is shooting horrendously besides one game. So 2019-2020, Kyrie left the Celtics after promising to re-sign them and actually signs with the Nets. KD signs there. There's expectations again. But KD can't play this year. And he actually finally leads the team to playoffs as the number 1 option. And then 2020 to 2021 Nets, they're the 2 seed. But Kyrie's the 3rd option at this point. Yeah, he's putting up great numbers, but he's playing with 2 other top 12 players at the time. They've traded for Harden at this time. And he barely actually plays because of the vaccine mandate. He makes the 50-40-90 club, but again, his efficiency is crazy because he's barely playing. It's easier to have good efficiency when you don't play as many games. And he's the third option, so he is getting less defensive coverage. He's not getting the top team's defenders. So yeah, 50-40-90 club, but overrated because he's playing with two other top 12 players, and he's a third option, so that he's not leading this team to the playoffs. It's like saying John Collins led those Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals that year. He averaged in the playoffs. He averaged 25-4 on decent splits against the Bucks, but had a negative plus minus in his last two games, and then he got hurt. Then there's the 2021-2022 season. They're the 7th seed. They barely snuck into the playoffs. And he's again in the Robin role, not the Batman role that he wanted. He averaged 21-5-5 on decent splits and had a negative plus minus in 3 of the 4 games, en route to getting swept by his former team, the Celtics, who ended up making the finals. Then this year, 2022-2023 season, he's been 4-7 as a starter since KD went down, and yesterday he just requested a trade. So yeah, as the number 1 option, he's 4-7. He feel like he's being scapegoated by the ownership, but he hasn't played every game of the season yet. Every year he's had some problems, the vaccine mandate, injury. This year he had the anti-Semitic comments that he has benched for a while. I understand why they didn't want to go all in on him, and like he's making it, he just cannot lead this team to the playoffs. He's trying to scapegoat the ownership. He's gotten Nash fired. He got the other coach fired before Nash, Kenny. So like the common denominator here is Kyrie Irving. And so let's look at the teams that he's left and how they fared without him. Cavs, they made the finals right after he left. The year after, literally, his departure actually affected almost nothing. They still went on to the finals. The Celtics, they made the finals after he left again last year, and they also beat him en route to the finals. Not just beat him, they swept him. Both teams that Kyrie's left has made the finals either the year he left or within 5 years of his departure. He does not have a huge impact on his teams. He's led his team to the playoffs one time as a number 1 option. One singular time. Superstar, top 75 player of all time should not do this. Dame has led his team to the playoffs multiple times. Steph has led his team. He has no All-NBA first teams, 1 All-NBA second team, and 2 All-NBA third teams. Yeah, that's not like some insane stats. He needs more than that if he wants to be known as the top 75 player of all time. He's an absolute locker room cancer. He has 8 coaches in a span of 10 years, actually 9 now because Steve Nash got fired in November. If he just got the vaccine back in 2021, the Nets would not have been so dysfunctional, and Harden probably did not force his way out. They'd probably go on to the finals, or at least the Eastern Conference Finals. And then there's this stat that he has the highest playoff winning percentage, but this is total BS. This is inflated due to LeBron carrying him to the finals 3 years in a row. He has won 2 total playoff series without LeBron, and 1 was with Harden and KD against a clearly inferior team. In reality, he has 1 playoff series win without LeBron and KD and Harden, and that is against the Pacers. Many thought Dame wasn't top 75 player of all time, and Damian Lillard constantly gets ridiculed for being loyal, but he's consistently leads his team to the playoffs. He consistently has big time shots and does so much for his team, like that game winner against OKC. He has multiple game winners in the playoffs. Kyrie only has his 1, not even a game winner. Kyrie, is a terrible leader, cannot thrive as a number 1 option, kills every team he touches, yet he's seen as a greater player with a greater legacy. Ring culture is toxic. Aside from that shot in Game 7, what big shots does Kyrie have that compares to Dame big moments? Kyrie has no playoff game winning buzzer beaters. Dame has went to send MVP Russell Westbrook home. Kyrie's tricked people with his pretty dribbling and insane layup package and nice efficiency. He is overrated and not a superstar. He's a star, he's not a superstar. His game-winning 3 in Game 7 was a very good shot, but he has never done anything similar since, and he has not sniffed the finals without LeBron. He's a good player, but too many people think he's better than he truly is. With him now leaving the Nets, he'll have destroyed his 3rd team. All-time greats do not do that. He's not better than Dame. He's nowhere close to better than Steph. He is a good player. He's not a great player. He was not snubbed from the top 75 list. He is overrated, not a superstar. Great second option, even better third option. He will not lead you to the playoffs. He will help you win a ring if he's not the best player on your team. Thank you.